Good morning, friends. Well, morning for me as I'm recording this. Welcome back to Homecraft. I went and did some off-camera mining. I kind of made out like a bandit as far as iron is concerned, which I still need to make more minecarts and such, or minecart tracks rather. But I only found one gold ingot, so if we end up needing more power rails, then I might need more gold. Actually, I might have more gold in storage, but either way, um, if I can't make the powered rails in this episode, I will probably just do it off camera because um, it's not a super important part. I missed my chest. I'm stupid. There we go. Oh, I did get more diamonds, so I'm actually going to go ahead and make another diamond pickaxe because I forgot to do that earlier. Yeah, out of redstone too, apparently. Dang. I know where lots of redstone is, though. I just don't mine it because it's super slow and annoying. But, yeah, that's just how it goes. Yeah, let's make our pickaxes. There's a crafting bench. But I'm super excited for this session of Homecraft. I'm probably gonna record 2 videos back to back, just because I have a lot of free time today. And this episode, as you can see from the title and thumbnail, I'm gonna be continuing the minecarts from previous episode. So we're gonna make some more rails, and call it good. I already have like 16 lying around, so we'll do like this. Yeah, and that'll be 2 stacks, and that should be plenty. I'll bring the sticks just in case, but you need to make more torches too, honestly. So something I struggle a lot with in my console world, which I don't think I talked about this, but with my iron doors operated by switches, is like that they like it's just like this where you can't like close them with the other side like you can in modern. But in this one, it seems to work if both switches have to be up, right? So I guess that makes sense because this is powering the door, so it's open. This is also powering the door, so then this won't close it. So both have to be up, but so you can like hold the door open and then close it. I don't know if that's how it works on console because I feel like I've been struggling a lot more with it. But it could just be a skill issue. You know what I mean? Oh, here's all my redstone. Never mind. We're solid. And this will make another... Oh, I'm lagging. What in the world? This will make another row of power rails. See if I can remember this recipe again. It's like bang, bang, bang. Yeah, alright. I would love a little bit more, but this will do. So, I guess this episode will be building our mine base. So I talked about this in the previous one, how I like to have a base in my mine. And I'm gonna go ahead and get started on that. I'll probably just make it out of cobble because, yeah, I'll take the glowstone. Um, and we need to go back up top, and then this will give me a way to get to my mine from my underground area. But essentially what I'm gonna do just go down to like the proper mining layer, like the 13, like Y13, and then make a little house. I need some wood though, if we're gonna do that. So let's actually take a little detour. Let's go chop some trees in. Alright, so I ended up chopping trees until my axe broke. I got a little over a stack of planks, which should be absolutely fine. Let's head down my mine. Hop over a little netherrack tunnel. And this will also make it where I don't have to go down this very, very long staircase anymore. Go ahead and get some blocks out. There we go. I missed it. It's right here, isn't it? Yeah. Alright. So this way is where all my mines are. So then what if we take this way and just hollow it out? Do I have a shovel? I have like one hit of a shovel. And we go ahead and like hollow out a little area. Maybe I can place my crafting bench. We can make a new shovel. There it goes. And then I don't have a ton of ideas on the exact shape of this. I've got some loose ones. I kind of want to make it like a series of rooms, like a cramped little series. So like we could do like this could be like the foyer, and then it could be door here, you know? I kind of like that idea. I think that's fun. And not every room has to be a little 3x3, but just to get the idea, let's oh, that's one block too far. Bang, there we go. All right. And I've been thinking about starting up some new series to run alongside Homecraft. Not necessarily in Minecraft. I've mentioned it before on this, in these videos that I play a lot of other games. Um, you know, currently I'm playing a lot of Call of Duty. I'm playing RuneScape, and I will be making RuneScape videos. If I could ever motivate myself. The issue with that is like when I'm playing RuneScape, I'm usually doing something else. So it's not like I'm not gonna like sit down and record myself talking for an hour while I'm like watching TV or something. So I'll have to figure out the way that I want to do that. Obviously, I could just like record clips and kind of piece them together. I think that's how most YouTubers do it, but obviously there would be parts where I need to record like a longer form moment. But yeah, so I'm thinking about doing RuneScape. I want to do some Dark Souls videos, Dark Souls 2 probably. Um, I don't know how much I've talked about Dark Souls 2 on this series, but anyone who knows me, which is anyone who's watching this currently, um, knows that I love that game. Oh, diamonds! And so much so that I've played through it a lot. I have like multiple hundreds of hours on it. But that's besides the point. What I'm getting at is that I have challenge runs on that game that I would like to upload. Challenge runs like I could do the double illusory ring run. I've done that before. I could I'm currently doing something where I have two kind of challenge runs going. Neither of them are even close to being finished because they're both very hard and I'm very lazy. But one run is it's something I've coined like the Dark Souls 2 Odyssey, where you have to use every single weapon to kill a boss, and that's the basic premise. The reason that I haven't turned it into a video yet is because I haven't decided on like the rules around that. Because for a while I wanted you to have to upgrade every single weapon, like fully upgrade it, which obviously is very time consuming and would like artificially increase the length of the series, which I'm admittedly fine with. Like that doesn't necessarily bother me. But I don't want that to affect the viewing experience. You know what I mean? Like it's like okay, in like those who have played Dark Souls 2 know like petrified dragon bones are what you need to upgrade boss weapons, and you can only get a certain amount per run without the use of bonfire aesthetics. And that is just really tedious. This is too much. But there we go. And so I would have to, like a lot of the series would just be me farming boss like or like just upgrade materials in general, which I think has its own merit because I'm not exactly sure how many people know how to farm boss materials or farming upgrade materials in Dark Souls 2. It's because that's something that people complain about a lot. It's definitely something that's doable and doesn't deserve all the hate that it gets. But I am like a Dark Souls 2 D1 defender. Um, yeah, there we go. That looks pretty nice. I do want to use glowstone. I don't have a ton, but I definitely want to use glowstone for the lights in here because I think that'll help with the like closed aspect of it, where it's like cramped and stuff. Yeah. So I mean, anyone who is watching this, and is actually invested in the content that appears on my channel, would you be interested in watching a Dark Souls challenge video? And if you would, um, like what kind of format would you like? Would you like it to be I finish the challenge and I upload one, 8-hour video about it, or should I upload like like an episode once a week or something like I do with Homecraft? Yeah, that's the oh um I'm in it. Oh, a cave. Okay, torch back. There we go. um, where do I want to put this glowstone? I could do something like this. Yeah, there we go. That's good. What do I want to make the floors out of, though? Wood. I brought wood. I don't know if that looks good, though. It's definitely not a cave feeling. So what if we use... I could go get some, like, wool, and we could use that to finish the floors. It doesn't have to be right now, but at some point. But yeah, so, Dark Souls... I could start another Minecraft series. I wouldn't exactly know what to do, because, I mean, currently this is kind of... Like, this is my thing. This is what I want to do on Minecraft. And I really enjoy it, so I wouldn't really know what to do if I started another Minecraft world. Um, yeah, if you have any ideas, let me know. I guess while I'm talking about it, I'm talking about things, asking you guys what you think. What do you prefer in a Minecraft video? So, because I was talking to one of my friends recently about, very briefly, I guess, about this series, and they had said that people don't have the time and or the attention spans to watch the length of videos that I post. And I find that interesting because I feel like the algorithm for Minecraft that I am exposed to is all long form videos. It's all like Mahjong Blonsky, like Dialco, um, like all stuff like really, out. It's like an hour plus, like or 45-minute plus videos, just people just playing classic Minecraft, and I like that. I like that vibe, and so that's what I was really shooting for. I've talked about that in the past, how much I like Mahjong Blonsky. Um, and so I'm curious, do you guys disagree? Do you have a preference? Um, I mean, it doesn't necessarily bother me more. I could probably get episodes out easier if they were close to 20, 30 minutes long. But I like the kind of laid back, kind of droning, kind of, oh, thank you, Minecraft, kind of chill vibe that I get from this series. So, I mean, it's easy for me to record. It's relatively easy for me to edit. Um, I feel like it's easy to watch. It's not necessarily like the series is necessarily engaging or you know like I'm not like asking you to do all this crazy stuff. I'm just building and mining in Minecraft, and that's pretty much it. But I would be curious what people think. Once again, that's with the assumption that there are people currently watching this video that are invested in what kind of content appears on my channel, which I do not know if there's a very high amount. So thinking about this build more, what if each room, continuing with like the room idea, what if each room was like its own, material? It's like this room could be wood, and this room could be all cobble. It's reminiscent of The Mask of the Red Death by Edgar Allan Poe. It's actually my favorite Poe story. Those who haven't read it, it's basically this guy is throwing a party like for a bunch of rich people who are like hiding away from this plague that's the Red Death that's affecting everyone around them. And the party has 11 rooms that are all themed in different colors. And the colors have their own literary interpretation and all that stuff. You know how the literature is, but essentially this guy keeps seeing this man in a mask, and each time he sees him, he like gets more and more horrified and realizes that he's like more and more grotesque. And eventually, he catches him and he dies. Um, and it's to my knowledge, my interpretation, supposed to be a metaphor for death, because like this guy's trying to hide from the plague, and death comes in and gets them all. But it's a very cool story with a lot of good imaging, and I couldn't do it justice talking about it in a Minecraft episode, so you're more than welcome to investigate yourself. Uh, that's the first thing that came to mind when I mentioned doing the different themes for the different rooms. That's not the right thing. I kind of like that. I don't know what this first room will be, though. I could do, like, netherrack, or I could just do it completely in stone. I think that's a nice little neutral color. talking about Poe makes me um I mean, it's gonna sound weird because it's like I could literally just go read like right now. But it makes me miss when I was invested in literature because at this point in my life I'm so busy and I have so many other creative outlets. And, I mean, just like this, and you know, I have a job, a life, and I I when I was in high school I would just read all the time. You know, when I wasn't playing video games. And now I just feel like I can't do that anymore. Um, and it is sad because I do love literature. I love especially classic literature. Um, I love. Oh wow, that was perfect. But I just love the grittiness of Poe and how like when the more you know about his life, the more that his writing makes sense because people will always say like, oh, you know, takes a messed up guy to write something like this, and that's true. This man had a wretched life, like a horrible, wretched, pitiful life. You know, he had his wife died. Yeah, then he married his cousin, and she died from the same thing his wife did. And then he's an opiate addict the entire time, and he overdoses on a park bench and gets beat to death. I mean, it's just like it's crazy. Yeah, it's such an interesting life, such an interesting man, and you know, we as readers we romanticize it. You know, it's not, and I say that it's not necessarily a bad thing. I'm not criticizing anyone because I'm doing it too, obviously. Um, but in the sense of like, man, you know, Edgar Allan Poe's life is crazy. You know, it's like, but that he went through that. That was his day to day, and his method of coping with that was to write those wonderful, horrific stories that we all love. But I think concepts like that are really compelling for me. Because it's just what I think what like a lot of people will recommend like another thing that's got me out of reading now is that I don't think modern literature hits the same. And people will suggest me to read new books all the time and I didn't quite know how to parse it, but it's just not the same. And then coincidentally, full circle back to John Blonsky watching his news video. Um, he he brought up this idea talking about how modern writers don't have like literally don't have the lives that inspire great literature. Like they don't have that. He's you know he brought up how like so many authors are war veterans or you know went through horrible things in their life that lead them. So I'm just standing there like image bear that lead them to to write those things. Um, and I think that he hit the nail right on the head because I think that perfectly encapsulates an issue that I have with modern literature is that when I read this, it sounds fake. Like when I read Oscar Wilde, this is a troubled man with passion, and he he puts everything he has into this book because it's how he interacts with a world that hates him. But when I read, I don't know, like I leave like there's nothing to compare it to, like in the because that genre of just you know correct me if I'm wrong, but the genre that I enjoy so much of literature of like people writing these like Clockwork Orange, Lord of Flies, um, picture Dorian Gray. Like when I read these, it's like these are people writing about like 1984 even, um, Fahrenheit 451. These are people Slaughterhouse 5. People writing about the world and how cruel it is to us as humans and how cruel we are to each other. I just can't get that from modern writing. At least not in a way that affects me the same. And that could be a me thing. It really could be. But that's just um that's just how it gets me, you know. That's I guess my rant on literature for now. And if you guys are curious, my favorite books, I generally say um, Clockwork Orange. I really like Picture Dorian Gray. I really like Lord of the Flies. Um, I wouldn't necessarily ever call it my favorite, but I also um, like Divine Comedy. I like House of Leaves. I like Slaughterhouse Five. Catch 22 is pretty good. I'm like actively looking at my bookshelf. Remember all the books that I have. I have the Dune series. I haven't read it, at least all. But honestly, more of what of like literature that I used to really like was like poetry. I really used to like poetry and short stories. And I think my favorite short story I ever read was Polaris by H.P. Lovecraft, which is a strong thing to say that it's my favorite ever because, like I said, um, I love Poe, and he writes a lot of really good short stories. But one thing that I always tell people about, and I've had this conversation with a few friends actually, but my interpretation of Lovecraft, especially early Lovecraft, if you've read a lot of his early stuff, like his dream sequence stuff and like Beast in the Cave, stuff like that, it's very Poe-esque. Like, it's very reminiscent of Edgar Allan Poe, to the point where it's like it's um, it's impressive because I've tried writing short stories. I've written quite a few, and I could never replicate Poe's writing style to the same degree that early Lovecraft does. But that's what I really enjoy about Lovecraft, because obviously he's very famous for his later series, um, like where the Cthulhu mythos gets brought in. But a lot of his early stuff is way more like it's way more down to earth. It's way more aesthetic. It's way more like about like building. Like it's way more about world building. Um, and a lot of his early writing, he, to my knowledge, he claims came from actual dream sequences that he had, which I also think is really one uncanny and two inspiring. As a writer and a reader, I've always wondered how people get their ideas for writing, and I know how bad it is when you can't figure out an idea. So I'm trying to write the symmetrical 4. It's 5. But I find all that to say that I find early H.P. Lovecraft um, remarkably compelling, and I know that he has a lot of controversy because he is a not great person. And I do hate that because he's a wonderful writer. But like we were talking about earlier, um, these early writers, like their lives are so much different from ours in a way that we could never truly understand. But yeah, I'm not going to spoil Polaris. Go read it. Go read Polaris. It's incredible. It's worth it. It's way worth it. And while you're at it, read a lot of his other early stuff. And read Mask of the Red Death if you haven't. Casco Amontillado. Pit and the Pendulum. All very good. Telltale Heart. That's another classic. And what I will challenge anyone watching this to do, anyone that actually is compelled, anyone who enjoys literature, is, what you might be thinking is, oh, I read a lot of these stories in school, and I challenge you to stop thinking like that. This is just because you read it in school doesn't mean that it's bad or that it's not worth your time or that it's childish. We read these things in school because of their significance, because of what they mean to writing and to that writer and to the culture at the time and to us now. And to dumb it all down to, I read that in school, like how people talk about Gilgamesh and all the epics, honestly. It's really sad. And this isn't a lecture, but I'm just throwing that out there. It's like, and honestly to myself too, because like I was saying earlier, I'm not that invested in literature anymore. Like I can't be in with my life, and I could, I guess. I shouldn't say can't. I'm not. I don't put in the effort. And maybe that's why, another reason why I may not like modern literature in the same way. It's because I'm not as invested. I'm not finding the cultural significance that is there, and I'm just too ignorant to it. But please go read these old literatures. Go read romantic poetry. Go read The Rime of the Ancient Sailor. Incredible stuff. Stuff that will change your perspective on writing entirely. But anyways, we got a few rooms built. I kind of like this little bow tie shape that I've got going on here. I'm out of doors, which is sad. I'm out of wood. I used to all in the wood room. And whose stupid idea was it to make a wood room? That's alright. Haven't done it this episode. The drink of the day today, English breakfast tea. Just finished steeping. Let's give it a... Oh yeah, that's good. It has been steeping for the entire duration of this recording thus far. So that's about, I don't know, 36 minutes. Light work. I do love my tea over steeped, something I've talked about a lot before. Delicious. Just something about how the bitter compounds just punch you in the mouth. It's yummy. It's cozy. Makes my taste buds dance. But all right. I will probably build one more room for now. Maybe two. I want one right here, and I kind of want to do one back this direction. But out of what? I don't have any more blocks right now. Alright, let's take a little block break. I'll go get some blocks. I'll be back. Alright. I'm back. Got some sandstone and some dirt. Figured that's a pretty easy combo. I wish that I could just make a room out of sand. Because I do really, I really love the sand texture. Especially in my Homecraft stupid frickin' I hate this. I'm just gonna make a stupid joke and I fall in a hole. Missed that block. I don't know how long that's been there. Usually hasn't been pissing people off. Oh yeah, I've got an idea for this room. Iron. Nice, nice. I'm such a sucker for mining ore that, like, if I see it, I have to get it. Well, iron, that is. You guys have probably noticed that I do not mine redstone most of the time. It's too slow. I speak of the devil. It's too slow, and I have millions of it, so I'm not gonna do that. But yeah, okay, so let's do something like this. And uh-oh, it's not gonna be symmetrical. I'm thinking like we do like a raised section. Diamonds! Man, I'm finding a lot. Best part about building a base at Y13. Alright. Also, if I do miss any blocks or any ore or anything, I'm gonna blame it on the horrific glare I have on my monitor right now. I wish I could show you guys. It's actually I can't see anything. I'm playing blind right now. I guess, you know, the bad part about making a bigger room with sandstone is that now I'm gonna run out of sandstone, which I was already low on. Whose stupid idea was this? I probably have enough to finish the walls, but not the ceiling. It's alright, I have more sand in my base, I just didn't want to go back. What, was that diamonds? Nope, I'm just blind. Bang. Alright, well. Alright, I'll be right back. Gotta get more sand. Alright, I'm back. I got 29 sandstone, and I brought some sand as well, though I think 29 will be more than enough. Alright, yeah, I like this room. And then I guess I'm gonna make the dirt room over here. Plenty of sandstone. Something I've also been really getting into recently is It's old horror movies. It kind of like I've kind of always been like a subtle fan of them. I played Dead by Daylight, right? So it's like culturally, I've like I'm aware of most of the original IPs, and I've seen like most of the original movies at least. But I've really started this little journey to make um, to make like a watch list. I've since I have a Google Sheet. I've since decided to move my reviews to Letterboxd, um, which I can link in the description for those curious. But um, yeah, I've really gotten into watching and rating old horror movies. So I've started watching the whole Ring series because I really like the first Ring. Started watching all of the Texas Chainsaw Massacres because I really like the first one. Um, and as much as I like Ghostface as a character, and my brother, his I'm pretty sure his favorite scary movie or his favorite scary movie, his favorite horror movie is Scream. But I had never seen the original. I watched it for the first time last night in its entirety, and I loved it. It's very good. I rated it a 10 out of 10, which is the same rating I gave Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I thought it was quite good. Just the way that because I had heard some things about the twist in that movie, and so I was like trying my best to predict it, but I genuinely didn't know the extent of it, and it did surprise me when everything was finally revealed. I'm not going to spoil any of it because I don't want to ruin anyone else's fun. Um, but I was quite impressed. There we go. I think it looks pretty good. Oh, but yeah, so watch the first Scream. I want to watch all the Nightmare on Elm Streets, and one's a series that I've never watched, but that I know is infamous and very funny is the Leprechaun series. So I've been trying to watch those recently. I think you have to rent to buy them, or like rent or buy them everywhere. I don't think they're streaming anywhere. I found some of them streaming on Tubi, but not the first one. So I've been looking for those recently. But um, here we are. I think this is the build mostly complete. Obviously, there's nothing in these rooms for now, and it'll probably stay that way for at least an extended period of time. Um, I am not necessarily one to worry about furnishing buildings. I build so that I can build. You know what I mean? That's the fun that I have in this game. I build stuff, and that's it. I don't necessarily need to put things in it to be happy about it. But yeah, I really like this build. I guess I could finish this room. Yeah, actually, let me smelt some stone, and then I'll be back. All right. All right, got my stone. Just built a furnace down here. Good grief, why does this take so long? I can't see a thing. And there we go. I am actually going to make a door from this side. Yeah, this is a room too. Awesome. Yeah, so that's the build. And then I think that I will have the... I don't want the minecart can come in here. I think this is a good spot for it right here. Um, so let me write down these chords. Alright, so the issue with this minecart is that I'm going to need a lot of powered rails because I'm going to be going down so far. But it'll be fine. Also, what do you guys think? I'm saying this, I'm going to do it in this video, so it's not, I don't, do you think it's tacky to just put the rails on this? I've already dug the tunnel, so that way I don't have to dig a whole other one. I would have to dig a tunnel that connects to this one, obviously, but that would save me a good bit of time. That's kind of a cool idea, actually. What if instead of doing that, I have a rail that like intersects back and forth with the walk down? I think would be kind of cool. Either way, it's nighttime. And I'm scared. I cannot get hit by the skeleton. Frick you. Frick you, skeleton. I have beef with every skeleton now. Dang, son, why are you so loud? Alright, let's go back to my... Actually, I'm gonna... No, because I need these. Yeah, so let's just go... down here. Should have brought my crafting bench. I left it. Oh no, there's one in here. I forgot. Alright. So, which rail would be better? This one is very close. This one is technically closer, but this one will do. Alright. So this goes down to here. So this goes down to 62. So let's, if I need to go that direction, let's go down lower before we turn. Okay, we can start going down. Okay, so I need to go down 2 more blocks. We'll do one more just for posterity's sake. Okay, and then we can start turning. So I need to go this way. I wonder if I could just have it drop. But then how do I get back up, you know? Because I like all these minecarts to go both ways. I would need a lot of powered rails, but I like the idea of it going like a spiral staircase in a circle. I think that'd be kind of cool. So I might try my best to do it like that. But they can't turn and go down at the same time, can they? Okay, you can't. Oh, okay, it can, it can. So that's fine. Um, that's too sharp to turn. So, wait, can you do that? Is that how that works? Or am I doing it wrong? Yeah, so you cannot do that. Okay, so it has to be like... It's like this. And then... Turn. Block. And then you go down. So I know this isn't the most exciting commentary, but I'm thinking real hard. I do not have enough gold to currently to do this build. But I can go ahead and get the frame built, and then I can just finish the gold part off camera. Okay, now we're back on this. Got a lot further to go. Alright, well now I kind of got it figured out. No, hang on. It still takes a lot of concentration. Oh yeah, talking about video ideas. Oh shoot, why did I do that? Would any of you guys be interested in Call of Duty videos? Probably nothing serious, honestly, but I have been playing quite a lot of Call of Duty Zombies and multiplayer. Wait, did I mess this up? Down, turn, down. So it should be, wait, should be turn, down, turn, down, turn. So this should be down. That's the part that I messed up. But yeah, so I've been playing a lot of multiplayer, I've been playing a lot of zombies. Honestly, it would probably just be like, clips, but nothing really crazy. I don't think I would do full commentary. Maybe if the zombies, like high round. I've been playing, I've been trying to get, at least round 30 on every zombies map. So, I could record that, post that. This should be down too. But yeah, because I would like, I know, like, it's admittedly they're not people watching these videos, these Minecraft videos. I think I had 1 or 2 episodes that had like more than 5 views. And granted, those actually did pretty good. Like I think the first 2 episodes and the Nether episode did fantastic. They had like 30 plus views. And that's not necessarily what I'm doing this for anyways, but um, I'm interested in posting a lot more videos because I have historically in the past posted videos that I just that I think are good, and I would love for other people to enjoy them. And I just want to share the content from the games that I'm playing currently. And right now that's Call of Duty, RuneScape, Minecraft. I was talking about Dark Souls earlier. Admittedly, I haven't been playing very much Dark Souls recently because of all the other games I've been playing. Does that mean that I can't play it? I love Dark Souls 2. It's I love Dark Souls 2. It's easily the best one in the series, in my opinion. I know that there are people who feel very strongly about that. Um, it's something that I always make sure to mention when I have conversations like this because it's a video game. People feel very strongly about video games. You're not allowed to have an opinion. Blah blah blah. I say Dark Souls 2 is easily the best in the series, and I will also say things like Dark Souls 3 is the worst in the series, which I do think is true. I'm never gonna regret saying that or take it back or anything. But I think the nuance is like of that is something always has to be the worst. Something always has to be the best. I love Dark Souls as a series, and I think every single one of them, including Bloodborne and Elden Ring, are fantastic games. Um, but when you're comparing like it's like comparing different types of pizza. Like I can say, I'm not a big meat lovers guy, but like if I opened a box and had meat lovers in it, I'm not gonna go, ew, what the heck, bro? I'm just gonna go, oh, okay, and eat it. It's like if someone says they want to play Dark Souls and they go, let's play Dark Souls 3, I go, okay. The part that I don't understand is when people can say like, Dark Souls 2 isn't a Dark Souls game. Dark Souls 2 is it's a horrible mess. It's like it's fine actually. It's not even doesn't cause any problems. Like it's a really good game. But people are weird, you know. And I do resent a lot of what people say are problems in Dark Souls that aren't, or Dark Souls 2 specifically, I guess. Because like, you know, dude, what am I doing? I'm gonna have to replace this gravel too. Like, why am I? This is stupid. Who put this gravel in here? But like people complain about um, the enemy placement, which is just a big old nothing burger. They'll say like the enemy placement is unfair because I can't run past things, or because it's hard. It's like those are complaints. Those aren't necessarily valid complaints. And they'll I've heard people say like, well, Dark Souls is known for being fair, and Dark Souls 2 isn't fair, which isn't necessarily a wrong sentiment. It's an interesting one, but I can't necessarily argue with you with what you think is fair because it's a personal, like that's a personal distinction. Like you could say anything in that context, and I don't have to believe you. And just in the same vein, I could say, well, I don't think Midir is fair, and suddenly your argument is being used against you for Dark Souls 3. But then people say, oh, but no, Midir's cool. Okay. But anyways, that's kind of a straw man, so I'm not going to push it too much, but I like Dark Souls 2. I think it has incredibly unique ideas. I think that it has a lot of unique designs. It has easily the best armor in the whole series. It's a lot of really cool bosses. Um, Easily the best boss weapons in the entire series. Not even close. There's not like the build creativity that you get from the Dark Souls 2 boss weapons blows Dark Souls 3 out of the water. I mean, it's embarrassing. Anyone who knows Dark Souls and knows me understands that argument. They've heard it quite a few times. But something I always complain about is that you can in Dark Souls 3 you can only infuse like 20 weapons. So what's the point of the mechanic being a thing if it can't be used on anything? Whereas in Dark Souls 2, you can infuse like literally everything. Like, you can infuse boss weapons, which is unheard of in most of the other games. Nope, I'm here. Hello. Um, Honestly, it's fine. Yeah, I mean, this is gonna take so many powered rails, but it'll be alright. Well, there we are. We made it down here. Let's go finish placing whatever rails we can, and then, you know, we can ride it down. I'm pretty sure we can ride it down without a problem. Riding it up is gonna be more of an issue. Yeah, I like the spiral staircase design. I think it'll be fun to ride. Um, Wait, there we go. There's probably another gravel floor one. Same issue. Alright. So that's that. Let's make a minecart. Whee! Okay. So it does. What's dealing damage to me? Okay. I made it, guys. Don't worry. Oh. Okay. 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 All right. All right. So is it this block, I guess? Yeah, because I guess it's like I'm going up a block, so then I get stuck in that for a second. That's alright, we can fix that. Well, that's probably it for this episode. Um, we got our nice base built, we got our second minecart done. Just gonna find some more gold, off recording, and build the rest of these powered rails. Thank you guys for watching. Please feel free to answer any of the questions, leave any feedback you have in the comments. Always looking for new ideas. And I guess the main question of this episode for me was, How long do you want these episodes to be? Do you like the longer, 45-minute, hour plus episodes, or do you like more condensed, like 20, 30-minute episodes? Well, either way, see you guys in the next one.